Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Thursday, January 7th, 2021, and we are in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour is my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions because during the day you have day traders like myself and algorithms, and we're just moving the price around. I really consider it noise. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they're dealing with the most money, very smart people, best information, best technology, and they start making the majority of their buying and selling decisions at the end of the day. And following them, in my opinion, will be an edge in your trading in the long run if you make your buying and selling decisions based upon the prices that are right near the close of the day. So thank you all for coming. As always, I always look forward to seeing everyone. We have a really great group. I'm very grateful for the group and everyone who participates and adds to the show. And I think it's a cool thing that we can meet up here in the last hour and discuss trading and look at trades and so forth. So anyway, currently big day today. Dow Jones is up 271 points. It's up 0.89%. The NASDAQ is up 316 points, up 2.5% in one day. The S&P is up 59 points, up 1.59%. So big day all around. This market just keeps on moving, doesn't it? It's really amazing. So here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them going forward. I did have some day trades today. I'm still in one of them, and I'll share those with you. After that, we're going to go over and we're going to take a look at your positions that are over on the board. I see a lot of green over there. So that'll be fun to take a look at that. After that, we're going to talk about trader psychology like I always do every day because it is very, very important. It's the biggest skill, most important skill that you will ever learn as a trader that you need to work on and hone. All right. You can have the best trading approach in the world, but if you don't follow it, what good does it do, right? So really just kind of boils down to following your plan, but that's not as easy as it sounds, as you well know, I'm sure. After that, I've gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner, and I have 3 requirements, excuse me, whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First requirement, I need to have a confluence or combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames if possible, ideally. Number 2, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2-to-1 based upon strong, solid support below me and strong and likely resistance above me. So if I'm willing to risk $100 on a trade, I have to be able to make $200 or more to the upside based upon those technicals for me to enter a trade. And then number 3, make sure you take a few minutes every day, look at how many positions you have, how correlated the positions are, how much account heat you have. It's very important. It's great when everything's going up, but you know how it is when everything's going down, right? And then always position size based upon the market's current volatility. We've had some volatility come into the market now, so theoretically, best practices, you should be reducing your position size a bit to compensate for the increased volatility. All right, so I'm going to go down through the candidates that I looked at earlier today. I'm going to kind of try to narrow them down to the very, very best one that takes into account the 3 requirements for a trade that I just mentioned. If I find something at the end of the day, I will go ahead and purchase it right before the market closes. Then after the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. Happy to answer. If you need anything clarified, please let me know. If you have any stock symbols that you would like me to take a look at prior to the close of the market, go ahead, put them in the live stream chat, and I'll do my very best to get to them before the close of the market. And then lastly, if you do have any new additions or subtractions for me today of your positions that are up on the board, if you could please wait till the end of the day before you tell me what they are. That way I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, pressure is off, and then we'll spend as much time as we need. Okay, so I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you so much. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's take a look and see who is here today. Lava is here. Hi, everyone. Hey, Lava. Lava says, Thank you to Greg for talking about trader psychology every day. It's made me examine and recognize problems that I didn't think that I had, but now I can see my shortcomings. I have been motivated to seek out resources to address them. Oh man, that's great to hear. That's why I do it, Leva. And I'm right there in the same boat with you. It's something I've always struggled with my trading, so I've worked really, really hard on it. And when you're struggling with something, you just need to work a little hard on it. Like if you can't dribble very well with your left hand, you need to practice dribbling with your left hand a little bit. But it's not just you and I, love it. It's a lot of people, Best advice is, that old saying, plan your trade and trade your plan, right? But I know those pesky emotions get in there. So, but I'm glad you're working on it. Kamal is here. Hey, Kamal, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a good day, and nice chatting with you earlier. And thank you as always for the results of your scanner. Johan is here. Hi, everyone. Hey, Johan, good to see you. Hope you're having a nice evening in Hong Kong or wherever you may be. Dan is here. Hi, Dan. Dan says, hi, Greg and everyone. Good to see you, buddy. Brian is here. Hey, Bri. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a good day. There's Tracy. Hello, everyone. Hey, Trace. Good to see you. If Paxton's there with you, please give him my best. Morgs is here. Oh, sorry. Jatin is here. Hello. Good afternoon, sir. Hello, Jatin. Nice to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Thanks for coming. Morgs is here from South Africa. Hope you're having a good evening in South Africa, Morgs. Gary is here. Hello, Greg and group. Hey, Gare. Good to see you, buddy. Steve is here. Hey, bud. Good to see you, Steve, and always so great to have you here, Steve. I say that every day, but I really sincerely mean it, and I'm sure everyone else feels the same way. So thank you for coming, and hope you're having a good day as well, sir. Frank is here. Hello, Greg and group. Hey, Frank, good to see you, bud. Hey, I didn't get a poem yesterday, right? I don't think I did. And then I thought to myself, did I get a poem and I didn't read it? I hope that wasn't the case. I don't think it was, but I could be wrong. I often am. Gary says AMD has a 520 crossover. Oh, good to know. Let's see, 520 cross. We just had AMD on that 520 cross, and then it had that big reversal. So good. We'll look at that. Does anyone know if that backtest well? Yes, it does. It does. Let's look at AMD real quick. Yep, it does. Big day today. Big day today. Pat says, hello, Greg and everyone. Hello, Pat. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. David is here. Hey, Greg and group. Hey, David and family. Good to see you. Frank does have a poem for us. Let's take a look and see. Seek out knowledge and perspective. Let it be your trading directive. It's the way to be more objective, and that makes trading more effective. Oh man, how good is that, everybody? Short, sweet, it all rhymes, and it's all true. Seek out knowledge and perspective. Let it be your trading directive. It's the way to be more objective, and that makes trading more effective. Man, that's just perfect. It's just a perfect poem. Thanks, Frank. As always, Jackson Sunny is here. Hey, Jackson, smiley face. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Kamal says, Gary, AMD tests well, 181% profit, 60% max drawdown, 34% profitable. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Kamal. Appreciate that. Frank says, no poem yesterday. Had to attend a funeral. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I am sorry to hear that, Frank. Okay, well, let's take a look. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let's get started. Alibaba. All right. So I did short Alibaba on the weekly bars. I shorted it last week. The reason I shorted it on this bar, we were up against this big down bar. We rallied back up into it. We rejected the 50 Fibonacci, and we also rejected the 50 SMA. Earlier this week it was up. Yesterday it came crashing down. I actually did hit one profit target down here at 223 even today. So I covered part of the position. The position still is positive. I shorted at 231.76 and it's 229.07. But was really glad to hit a profit target on a short. That's tough to do. So tomorrow, as long as it stays above the 50, stays below the 50-week moving average, I will keep the short on. But I was thrilled to hit one profit target, especially on a week. That's tough to hit them on the weekly. So happy for that. But it is up now. It was down. You can see it was down much earlier, and that's when I hit the profit target at 223. So all's well with Alibaba. Love. We have Gary, Johan, Kamal, Yasir, Dan, and myself. Yep. And we took Southwest Airlines yesterday with the 520 crossover. Kamal bought 46.56. I think the rest of us bought 46.71. It is up 89 cents. It's up 1.88% today. And I did hit one profit target today at 47.36. Second profit target, 47.97, hasn't hit yet. You okay, Keely? My little Keely dog's not feeling so well today. She has a tummy ache and she's kind of been coughing. So if you hear that in the background, that's what it is. But so far, so good. Don't see any reason to make any changes with this. Hope it closes strong. SPY. All right. On here, I have Jatin, Yass, and Johnson on the overnight trade, and myself. Nice overnight SPY trade. I bought at 373.55 yesterday at the close. Sold this morning 376.10. So that was a big one. That was a big one. Had a couple losing days the last couple days, but today made up for it nicely. All is forgiven SPY trade, and sold that right at the morning, right at the low, but still I'm very happy with the nice gap. And of course, I'll be buying that again today. USO. USO has been a really nice trade for me. I bought it here at 30.97. It's currently 34.48. It's up just over 10% on the trade since I've entered. I did not enter it on the daily. I entered it on the monthly. You know that I like to use different time frames to balance out all my trading. I bought this a couple months ago when we had a close under the negative third and over the negative third, and we went under the 30 and over the 30, and we had a V2 to boot. So have not hit any profit targets, but profit targets on the monthlies are really hard to hit. They're like 20% away each one. So I haven't taken any profits, but it is up about 10% on the trade so far. Ulta. Myself and Johnson bought Ulta back here at 277.95, the 520 crossover, and I believe, yeah, it triggered a fractal over here, so bought at 277.95. It's moved up nicely. Here we, let's see, low, yeah, no, close, 36. I think I sold half here. No, I was going to sell half here, right? I honestly can't remember. I don't think it closed under. If it didn't close under, I wouldn't have taken it. I'll have to look at that. I don't think it closed. Let's see, the low 280.09 and it closed at 280.36. Yeah. So it's been a nice trade. It did hit one profit target here today at 294.72 near the top. It's a 64 RSI. So far entry to current price, this trade is up 4.71%. We are above, we did get above the 65 RSI. Whenever that happens, if I get a close below the 5 EMA, I will get out of the entire position. Alternatively, I'm looking for a rejection of the 70 RSI. If we reject the 70, I'll sell half. If I then have a close below the previous day's low, I'll get out of the other half. But so far, so good. All right. Now, I did take a trade on Google. I took it intraday, but I didn't take it intraday, if that makes sense. This is a V2. Here's day 1. Day 2 nicely washes out day 1. Day 3, as soon as it went a little bit above day 1's close, I just bought it intraday. I didn't buy it on the intraday time frame. I just bought it based on the daily. I bought it here at 1743 at 1764.25. I just didn't get in and basically trade this one. I'm just going to hold this one till the end. Hopefully it will stay positive. It is up nicely. It's up 1.19% on the day trade, so that's pretty good, but I will be getting rid of this today. Kamal and I talked about this earlier, and sure, this is something that you could hold overnight and just morph it into a trade, but that wasn't my plan, so this one's up nice. All right, Apple, I had 2 trades on Apple. I had one small losing trade, and it, whoa, let's see. Let's go back here. Okay, it was right here. I took this V2 to the downside. Here's day 1, day 2, washed out day 1, day 3, closed below day 1's close. I shorted here at 130.54. It initially went my way. My stop, end of bar stop, was closed over halfway of the washout bar, which is 130.74. So I shorted at 130.54, went my way, and then this bar got me out. Those dang pesky rules, because it closed above halfway. So it was a loss. I shorted at 130.54 and I covered at 130.83. And then, you guessed it, it went right back down. So those pesky rules. But anyway, I just had to follow my rules. I did take a long position about 40 minutes later. We had a false breakout to the downside, and we had a V1, and we bounced near the 200-day moving average. I bought it here at 130.07. Next bar moved up nicely. I got rid of half at 130.41. Then we had another kind of thrust up bar here. I got rid of another half of a half at 130.64. And then we had a close below the previous day's low, and I got out of the whole position. So I got in at 130.07, got out at 130.41, 130.64, and this other one over here was just about the same. If I put the line in there, it would make it too messy. So anyway, made up for that loss plus a little bit more. So let me get rid of all these lines. All right. Now we have Jatin is in Apple at 123. Frank is in at 111. It's 130.97. So it's up nicely today, 3.41%. So Jatin and Frank are doing very nicely on Apple. All right. That was it, right? My Google trade and my 2 Apple trades. All right. Now, let's take a look at your positions. Kamal bought INSG today, intraday. He bought it at 13.77. It's 13.92, so he is up on the trade so far. So congratulations, Kamal. Nice entry. AMD, Yas, David, and Ramble Ron. I don't know if everyone's still in. I hope they are. I know they bought back here at 92.39. We hit that big down bar yesterday. I mean, man, what a difference a day makes. Just nobody wants it. Everybody wants it. But as Gary said, there is a 520 crossover. That is a good back-tested approach to trading AMD with the 520 crossover. So we'll look at that later. But congratulations, Yas, David, and Ramble Ron. You're up nicely, up 5.25% just today. So nice going, up on the day, up on the trade. Target, Brian and Ava back here at 171.64. Look at this monster ride. Congratulations, Bri. Congratulations, Ava. Looks like the two of you are up 10.51%. And you know, this is just a perfect example of a return to value sideways motion. Return to value, sideways motion. Where's your trigger? Here's my trigger with the V2. Look, sideways motion leads to trends. Trends will lead back to sideways motion. That's how it always goes, right? Better than buying up here. Buy when it's in value, sell above value. So way to go there. VIX, oh boy. So Quad is in VIX at 1940. It's at 1665. It's down 5.3% today. Bob bought VIX at 1723. He sold half up into this big move here and the other up here. And I think, I have Bob. Okay, I think that was Gary. Gary bought it 1723, sold half here, sold another quarter on this big up bar. That's the thing with the VIX, you know. In my experience, when you have a big, huge move up on the VIX, that's when you need to unload a little bit, and I think that's what Gary did. So I'm sure he's up on the trade. MasterCard. Gary sold credit spreads January 15th, 290s, 280s, as long as it stays above 290. Gary will make the money on his spreads. It's 350.90, so he's got a lot of protection there. Zoom, Johan bought Zoom at $360 even. It's currently 342.57. It is down on the day, and it is also down on the trade. Bob in AMC at 210. It's currently 206, but it is up 2.4% today, 1.99% now, but it is up on the day, but looks like Bob is still a little down on the trade. Q's having a big day today. Frank bought the Q's at 284.60. It's currently 315.34. So Frank is up very nicely on this trade. Up 9.78. Nice. Microsoft, of course, having a big day. Yas is in back from 213.84. It's 218.99. It's up 3.17% today, so up on the day, up on the trade. PTON, Yas, back here from 115.97. Huge day today, up 6.64% just today. Up 24.06% on this trade, roughly. FSLR, Yas again. FSLR at 90.98. It's 104.59. That's up 4.92% just today. DocuSign, Yas bought DocuSign back here at 224.12. It's currently 237.59. It's up 6% just today and up more than that on the trade. ALGN, Jatson, this trade's been forever trade, but a good one. Jatson bought 441, sold half 521.90, sold another half of a half at 550 even, and now it's 554.06. This is just an incredible trade, just incredible trade, up over 20%. NIO, Yas, Frank, and Gary sold 54 puts expiring Friday. So as long as it stays above 50-50, he will keep all the premium. Yas and Frank are in directional trades from 46.10. It's up 7% just today, up 14.56%. Very, very nice, everybody. Teledoc, Frank, holy hamburgers. I think Frank is either in here at 182 or 190.50. I think 182. And this is up 11.55% just today, which, if this is the correct entry price for Frank, up over 20% on this trade. Wow. GOOG. Gary sold two credit spreads, one 1570, 1550, and 1550, 5040, expiring January 15th. So that's next Friday, not this coming, but next. So as long as it stays above 1570 and 5050, Gary keeps all the premium. Shopify, look at this trade for Kamal. You remember when Kamal bought Shopify yesterday at 1081? Now it's 1158. It's up 6.54%, and Kamala's up 6.74% just since yesterday. So congratulations. Twitter not joining the party today. Yas bought Twitter at 54.51. It is 52.52. I'm sorry, 52.27, down 1.847% today. Tesla is just unbelievable. I read today that Elon Musk is the richest person in the world now, not Jeff Bezos anymore. Jatin bought Tesla at 639.90. It's 810.09, up 7.15%. He is up over 20% on the trade. Almost there, everybody. IAU, Frank bought IAU at 17.54. It's currently 18.26, down a little bit today, but Frank's nicely up on the trade. DKNG, Kamal bought DKNG here at 46.20. It's 49.59. It's up 1.22% today. And up almost 7% on the trade. So congratulations, Kamal. NIO, we already talked. Sorry, I have a duplicate there. And Gary bought mass calls at $85 a contract, January 15th. So it has to be above $55. Plus the time premium that he paid in order to make money on this. So that I imagine Gary's slightly down on that trade at the moment. All right. Quad says, good afternoon, Greg and group. Hey, Quad, good to see you, buddy. Gary says, Beyond Meat, under over 30 with the V1 today. Yes, I saw that, and we'll be going over that. David says, I got out of AMD yesterday, damn it. Ah, shucks. Yeah, well, it was hard to see this coming, wasn't it? Darn it. Darn it, darn it. Bob is here. Hello, everyone. Frank says 182. Yep. Way to go, Frank. Frank says, thanks, Gary M. Gary, I got out of mass with a small profit. Okay. Good. All right. Well, let's head over to Trader Psychology land for a second. All right. So, you know, I have kind of my favorite people that I follow on Twitter and Facebook that have, make really good posts, good information for us to read about trading in general and trading psychology. You've heard me talk about Julian Komar before. Great channel. Seems like a great trader. He's at blog Julian Komar on Twitter. So if you haven't subscribed, I really would. He's from Germany and he has great posts. So mindset tip, work on these 3 things to become a successful trader. So let's see what the 3 are. 1, consistency. Execute your trading in the same way and quality. Whether you're winning, whether you're losing, whether you're feeling good, whether you're feeling bad, just be consistent. Number 2, patience. Wait until rules are truly fulfilled. This one's so important, No 3 strikes rule in the market. You can stand at the plate and wait for the perfect pitch or the perfect trade in this situation to come by. So if you have a trading setup, wait for the trade setup to fully develop itself, right? And number 3, discipline. Stick to your rules without deviation. And this is what I try to do. I really, really try to stick to my rules without deviation. Even, there's many times I stick to my rules, I get out, like that short on Apple. I felt that it was going to go down, and it did, but I got it stopped out for a small loss because I followed my rules. So consistency, execute your trading in the same way and quality. 2, patience, wait until rules are truly fulfilled. And number 3, discipline. Stick to your rules without deviation. Consistency, patience, discipline. That's what it's all about, folks. So thank you, Julian Komar. Really appreciate that. And if you have not subscribed to Julian's, you okay there, Keel? Twitter, please do at blog Julian Komar on Twitter. Thanks, Julian. Johnson is here. Good to see you, Johnson. Hello, Greg and everyone. Jackson says, the funniest part of Tesla is some were saying Tesla will go to 0. Now when price shows its true face, it kicks the ego out of you. Proud of Elon Musk. Yeah, I mean, the Tesla's just amazing. It's just unreal. Although, when I think about the money that people lost in Tesla to the upside, I mean, unbelievable. I mean, it's just mind-numbing to be short through all of that. But congratulations, Jatin, on a fantastic trade. What does this look like on the weekly? It's just so far up there. Monthly, I mean, it's just straight up. It's straight up. Wow. Unreal. Unreal, everybody. Okay. Ava is here. Hi, Ava. Good to see you. I see you have some nice trades going on. Congratulations, my friend. All right. Let me just take a quick look back at currents before I get into any new trades. All right. My Alibaba short is doing well. It was down earlier, but it's down from the high too. So this one is positive. I'm glad to have a positive short trade on a down day. My little love trade is up 1.63% with Gary, Johan, Kamal, Yasir, and Dan. Off of its high, but did hit one profit target, so I don't see any reason to change anything here. SPY, nice overnight SPY trade. I'll be buying that again at the close. USO is up another % or so. Google, I bought here intraday at 1743 at 1768. This is just the day trade. I will get out of Google at the close, but this has been a nice trade. And then Apple, I had some day trades on Apple. All right. Hey, before we look at the end of day candidates, let's look at the indexes for a minute and see what's going on here. So, just to kind of put things in perspective, everybody gets all caught up in things, but remember those technical levels do mean something. We're to 60, this is the Dow Jones. We're to 67.87 RSI right now. At the high today, we were just under 70 RSI. And we know that 90% of prices tend to at least stop going up and move sideways or go down when we get to the 70 RSI. And we're getting very close to that third ATR channel. About 92% of prices fell there. So there is a bit of a confluence of some real strong overhead resistance. In this market, who knows? It could go blasting through that. But let's just, let's keep that in mind, huh? Let's keep that in mind from a technical perspective. We are getting to levels which more times than not are tops, or at least short-term tops. Here's the NASDAQ. We're to 68.14. So we are close to that 70 RSI level. We're not quite as close to the third ATR channel. And we have a double bottom, we have a double top with the bearish divergence. Here we have a high, this whole move, right? We had green, we pulled back. Now we're higher than this high and there's no green to be found. That is called a double top with a bearish divergence, and that is a bearish construct. It doesn't mean that it's going down immediately. You know, if you're a shorter type of person, I wouldn't short here. I'd wait for some kind of signal like a V1 or V2 or something. But big picture, the double top with the bearish divergence, we have a ATR divergence. See the ATR, the RSI was higher over here, right here. Now we're higher and this RSI is lower. So we have a few things going on. We have an ATR divergence, meaning that we're higher now. We're only at the second ATR. We're over here. We were at the third ATR. So we have ATR divergence. We have RSI divergence. We have a double top with a MACD divergence. We're getting near 70 RSI. So let's all keep that in mind, huh? S&P 68.57, getting close to the 70 RSI as well, getting close to the third ATR channel as well. Is there a double top with the bearish divergence? Yes, there is. Here's a high. Here's your green MACD bars. We have a pullback with red MACD bars. We are higher now. Just a little bit of green poking up here. Not a lot compared to this move over here. So, you know, let's all be a little bit careful and just understand that the indexes are getting to levels where more times than not, they stop going up. Doesn't mean it's going to happen this time, but just something to be aware of, okay? Johnson wants to look at PSNL. PSNL. It's pretty good. Pretty good, Johnson. Return to value, sideways motion, V1, V2, bounced off the 50 EMA. It's above the 50 RSI. Did reject the 10 and the 20. You know, if I was looking at this, it's been above 50. So if it closes below 50, then I would not take it. That's just the way that I would approach this. It'd be better if it could close above the 5, the 20, and the 10 and the 50, because right now it got right to where the rejection is and gave up. So just my thoughts on that. RKT. Oh, hold on. I have to let the dog out. I think she's going to throw up. Oh, you okay, bud? Here we go. Here we go. Out you go. Out you go, Kia. Ah, man. Yeah, she's been kind of sick most of the day. Hope she's okay. I think she just has a tummy ache. RKT. I like PSNL better. It's not a V2 yet. I'd like this better if it rejected the negative third ATR channel. Frank says, Tesla loves to defy trading rules, which can be exasperating. Absolutely. Steve says, great overbought observation on the Dow Jones, Greg. High probability that industrials have priced in all known information here. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's why I brought it up, because, you know, when we look at the technicals of the major indexes, they're all pretty toppy. Again, this market could just keep going, but I did want to point that out. Takeda Pharmaceutical Company. Well, I do like that we've rejected the 200-day once, twice, 3 times. That is good. Has a lot of it's traded 1.56 million shares, so it has plenty of liquidity. On the weekly, it has rejected the 50 below it, so that's good. So the weekly's okay. I mean, it gives you a good risk to reward ratio, that's for sure. And it had a V1 yesterday. Yeah, it's pretty decent. I gotta say it's pretty decent. It gives you a good risk to reward though. Steve said Tesla and Bitcoin may go down as the most parabolic charts in the history before it's over. I agree. It's unreal. It's unreal. It's unreal. All right, let's take a look at some possibilities here for the end of the day. BZUN. This is a really nice example of closing below the -1 ATR channel, rallying into the value zone, having a day down, reverse back up. MACD is positive. I like higher low V1s. This is a higher low V1, and MACD is positive. Those are my favorite ones. But my only concern about this, everyone, I mean, well, okay. It already rejected the 50 RSI. It was higher, and now it's 49.78. So this makes it easier on me, actually. It's a nice higher low V1, but I don't like the 200-day moving average above it. It rejected it here. It rejected it here. It didn't reject it here today. But like I said, it was above 50 RSI. Now it's 49.78. So had I been in this trade down here for whatever reason and it rejected the 50 RSI, I would be getting out of half. So, and with the 200-day above it, it concerns me even more. So I'm not going to do anything with BZUN. Eli Lilly, my gosh, Kamal, we should have bought this when we were talking about it earlier today, huh? Wow. Eli Lilly, very strong, nice return to value, sideways, wash out of the -1 ATR channel and a V1. We may have a bullish engulfing bar before the end of the day. I do quite like Lilly here. I liked it better earlier, but not too shabby, I can tell you that. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me take care of this. All right, so Eli Lilly is definitely on my list today. So I'm going to put that over there. DBX. Dropbox. Pretty good. Down to the value zone. We've had 1-2 days of sideways motion. We have a V2 here today. Nice V2, red-green bars. It's above the 50 RSI, so that one is definitely a possibility. Although there's a bit more risk there, and the down move is pretty strong. Work. Boy, that's in a weird spot to be a 63.83 RSI. That just alone concerns me. Box, wow. Sideways motion, boom, no V1 or V2, but we did reject the 200-day moving average, it looks like today. Big, strong up bar, and we are up above all the moving averages, the 20, the 5, and the 10. We went under 50, over 50. Pretty good. Pretty good. A lot of risk on this one, though. I mean, the risk is pretty far down here, depending on what you're using as your risk, so I think I'm going to let that one pass. Match.com group. We came into the value zone, sideways motion. We created a V2 and a false break to the downside. I think, no, we didn't. We made a lower high and we did not wash out that low. So just that alone, I'm going to let that one pass. If we look at the weekly, we're right up here near the third ATR channel. Third ATR channel on the weekly is even more important than the third ATR channel on the daily. So I'm going to let that one go. Beyond Meat, I think Gary mentioned this earlier, or maybe it was David. We went under 30, over 30 with the V1 and a rejection of the -3rd ATR channel. So this one looks pretty good as well. Let's look at the weekly. I don't see anything I really like on the weekly. If we were closer to this -2 ATR channel, I'd feel better about it. But I'm going to pass on this one just because of the weekly. But yes, it's not bad. I don't like that there was a ton of down volume yesterday and there hasn't been much up volume today, though. Ping. Nice V2, but I don't like the confluences of the 1 ATR channel, the 100 and the 200 right above it. Domino's Pizza had a close back above the 200 yesterday, came back though, tested the 200. I mean, it gives you a really good risk to reward there. I don't like that it's down on an up day either. PD, return to value. Actually, at this point, it's not a return to value. We've closed below the -1 ATR channel. I would rather wait for a move up, pull back, and look for a higher low V1 or V2. PLTR, don't really see anything there. CCL, which is Carnival Cruise, up today, but gapped up. It's lower than it's open. I don't like that. Lift, not a clear signal here. Net, again, we came from a lower low. We've rallied into the value zone. As soon as we get into the value zone and anything gets weak, people that bought it down here will sell. Again, when we close below the -1 ATR channel, I like to see it move into the value zone, come back, look for a higher low V1 or V2. Microsoft. Well, it is a V2. Here's day one. Day two washes out day one. Day three closes above day one's close. It's above the 50 RSI. The only thing that concerns me here is that we only had 1 day of sideways motion. We came into the value zone. We moved sideways for 1 day. Then we had the washout. And we're right at halfway of the big down bar. So that concerns me. Snow, wow, V2, but it's a low V2 back into the value zone, so I let that one go. And ALKS, big day up, but no real clear signal. And then let's look at AMD. AMD has the 520 crossover, as we discussed earlier. It is a good back-tested approach. We went under 50, over 50. And there's Keely barking. I'm not used to her barking. We went under 50, over 50 on the RSI, and we have a 520 crossover, which is good back-tested approach. The weekly looks good, decent, looks good. It's a little stretched for me, to be honest with you. It's a little stretched. My inclination is probably Eli Lilly. That's my inclination for my trade today, because this clearly came into the value zone, clearly went sideways for a couple days, and now has a nice V1. Jackson says, sir, do you check Visa once? Visa? Sir, do you check Visa once? I'm not sure I know what that means. VISA. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean there, Jackson. Morg says, what do you think of Spice? Close to a 550 EMA crossover. I don't know. Is the 550 back tested, Morgs? I don't know if it is. I'm not saying it's not. Five. Oh yes. I don't know if that back test well, Morgs. I don't know. Maybe if somebody's out there, maybe Kamal, if you've got time, whatever. Maybe you could test Spice, SPCE, on a 550 EMA cross. I just don't know if that backtest will. Kamal says, on Beyond Meat, would the previous lows not act as resistance? these previous lows, yeah, they will act as resistance for sure. Anytime you have, this was the low of the range and support, once you broke back through it, see how it literally got exactly to that low? This was support, now we're below it, now it becomes resistance, and that's right where it stopped. Yeah, very good, Kamal. Steve says, DocuSign has a 10-30-day EMA crossover, but chasey. Mork says, I don't think so. Okay, sir. Visa Incorporated stock. I don't know what the symbol is for Visa. Is it just V, maybe? Yeah, it's V. Well, it was a V2 earlier in the day, not anymore, but I would not take this because there's no sideways motion. Steve says, yes, the 5. Oh, okay. Steve says the 520 back test well, but I think Morgs was talking about the 550, Steve. The 520 has not crossed, but I think Morgs was talking about the 550, and I don't know how the 550 back tests. All right, so one more quick check. All right, Bob is negative. That's good for the short. Love is doing fine. I don't see any reason to get rid of Love. SPY looks like it's closing at the high of the day. I will be buying this for the overnight SPY trade again. Ulta doing great. One profit target. My Google intraday trade's doing great, but I am going to get out of that at the close because that was just a day trade for me, but that was a monster day trade. All right, give me one sec. All right. Okay. So let me look here again. Lilly, DBX, AMD looks chasey. I'd rather wait on AMD, see if I could get a pullback while the 520 cross is still in place. That's how I look at this, everybody. I mean, I need pure momentum to keep going up the next day. And it might. It really might, but I'm not going to take this. You know, the other day we had the big day up and then reversal back down. We've overcome a lot of that, but we're still not above there. We're near the 1 ATR channel. So I'm going to just wait and you know, if it can pull back into here, then it gives me a much better risk to reward. And if it keeps taking off, then I'm happy for Yas and Ramble. That's how it goes. Let's see. Oh, look at Lilly on the 39-minute. Good thing I waited till the end of the day, huh? Oh, yeah. Well, now we're back in the value zone, so I might start taking a little look now. I'll give it a few more minutes. Kamal says the 550 on Spice is 26% profitable, does not test well. Okay. Moore says, thanks, Kamal. Jason says, pins looks good, also looks good. One can keep an eye on if it breaks 53. That's pretty good, actually. That is pretty good. FSLY. Not bad. Not bad, but you have a lot of resistance above you. That negative 1 ATR channel, once above you is support. Now we're below it, that acts as resistance. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and buy Eli Lilly. Just grateful that it is at least in the value zone when I'm buying it. So all right, so I just got long Eli Lilly. And I have to sell my Google. All right. That was a good trade on Goog there, huh? All right, we have 1 minute to go, everyone. And I will let little Keely in while we're waiting. Out there, huh? Where are the birds? You feeling any better? You feeling better? Okay, okay, good. No barky bark. No barky bark. All right, about 5 seconds. Okay, so let's see how this all turns out. SPY I bought at 379.10, and Eli Lilly I bought at 166.14. So 166.14 on Eli Lilly with the return to value V1 false breakout to the downside, And the overnight SPY, all right, 379.10. $379.10. All right, that's that. So listen, if you made any trades today and you would like any additions or subtractions and you'd like me to get them up on the board, go ahead, put them in the live stream, and we'll take as much time as we need to get them all set. Just real quick, just to remind everybody, I do teach private lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a 15-hour course, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours, so it's a total of 15 hours. I teach you everything that I've learned in my 25 years of trading and everything I've learned from my coaches and mentors. It's a really good course. So if you are interested, just send me an email. The email's in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter. And if you do, I'll reply and I'll say, hey, thanks for saying hi. Let's set up a Skype call so I can find out a little bit about you and what you're looking for and your trading goals, your challenges. And then it's a good time for you to ask me about the course. All right. So if you're interested, just email me. I know you'll be a better trader when you're done with the course. And then secondly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It does really help keep the channel around, helps YouTube know that there's some value here. So if you're finding something useful and the channel is helping you at all, I would really appreciate if you could hit the thumbs up button before you check on out of here. All right. So there's that. We're done with that business. Okay, so Steve went long AMD. How am I going to do this one? I think Ramble's down here. Yas is down here. And then we'll make Steve's orange for the day. How's that? All right, so we'll make this orange. And that will be Steve. And that's with the 520 EMA cross. Oh, 95.10. 95.10. Okay, and Steve is also long DocuSign. Okay, with the 1030. Oh, interesting. All right, so let's put Steve on here. Steve 1030 EMA cross. All right. And Steve is long from 238.88. 238.88. Done and done. Frank is in FCEL, Fuel Cell Energy, at 1366. Oh, nice trade already, Frank. Way to go. Nice, bud. Tracy says, I struggle letting my gains ride. I have downsized, but I still just want to sell it all. Well, you know, Trace, I completely understand what you're feeling because I feel that as well. And Tracy, that's why I phase out of partial profits on the way up. I don't sell everything. I just sell a little bit on days up. You know, I sell I sell roughly 10% of my position every time, of whatever position I have left, every time it goes up a certain amount, and that amount is 0.45 ATR. And by doing that, you'll feel good because you take a little off the table, put the money in your pocket. The market can't take it away from you. But one of the other advantages of that is that will help you with that feeling you have so that you can hold on to a position longer. So maybe just taking partial profits, maybe a quarter of the profit or 10% here, 10% there. Maybe that will let you stay in the trade longer compared to only having one entry in and one entry out. Does that make sense, Trace? Okay, Google has a 520 crossover. Does that even backtest well? I mean, I guess I imagine it would. Kamal says, just in case you want to buy it again. Yeah, that was the plan. My plan was just to do it for the day. You know that, right? All right, Gary's and Lily. And AMD. David is in Lily. And TAK. Okay, David's in TAK. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Rejected that 200 just a few times there, didn't it? Gives you a good risk to reward ratio. That's really what matters. And you have strong support underneath you. David is out of AMD. Oh yeah, I took you out there. Jatin is long pins. $71.14. Visa. $214.55. And PLTR. $24.06. Oh, good entry. Yas is long Lily. Brian says the Dow NASDAQ, S&P, and Russell. Record closes. Wow. Pretty amazing, right? Quad bought Lilly. And out of VIX. And I have Bob on here. Is that correct, Bob, that I have you on VIX? Or did I do that by mistake? All right. So Johnson is in Lilly. 1/2 position. PSNL. Oh, okay, an RKT. RKT. Oh, you okay over there, Keely? Okay, it looks like Lilly was a full position. Mork says, wonder why Amazon dropped a lot at the close. Do not know. Johan, ZM plus Lilly plus Fastly. Zoom, you're out of Zoom. Okay, good. Glad to see you get rid of that one quickly. Okay, Johan. Good luck on those, bud. Brian went long Beyond Meat. Yeah, a lot of confluence of signals there for sure. Okay. Good luck on that, Brian. Bob wasn't here yesterday. It went long on HYLN. Oops. HYLN 1577. Whoa! What a great trade. My gosh, that's fantastic. 1577. Bob, way to go, buddy. Bob M. And of course, Bitcoin record high as well. Gary sold another credit spread on Goog. Okay, good luck, Gary. Bob is in VIX, yes. David says, great rest of day for everyone. Thanks, Craig, as always. You're welcome, David. Jatin says, thank you, sir, for everything. Enjoy rest of your day. Thank you. Pat is in RKT. All right, so you're in with Johnson. Pat, got you in there. Dan says, thank you, Greg. Hey, Rambo, good to see you, bud. Hope you're having a good day, my friend. Well, I think we have the record for the most positions. This is definitely has to be a record. Yep, for sure. All right, so let's see what's happening after hours, if anything. Somebody said Amazon went down. Yeah, it looks like it did. It was up 60 points when I looked at it. Oh my gosh, look at that, everybody. That's a mean 39-minute bar. Wow. Wow. Just dumped into the close. Okay. It looks like the Dow Jones down a little bit after hours. Lilly is down after, oh no, no. It's got a crazy spread. So Love is up a little bit. Qs are up 18 cents. SPY is up 19 cents. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming. Hope you all had a good trading day today. I'm going to go for a hike. I don't think I'm going to take Keely, though. She doesn't seem to be feeling very well. So I'm going to go solo today. Please go out, try to do something nice for another human being today. Try to go out and do something nice for an animal today. It would, if you do, you'll feel better. And the animal or the human you help, it'll make them feel good as well. And if we all did that every day, the world would be a better place. So try to do that. Excuse me. Kamal says, OMG, not record position. Last time that happened, we had a swoon down. I know. That's our own little indicator on this channel. That's why I brought it up. Whenever we have record positions, it's near a high. Let's all remember that, right? So let's all be careful. Let's all be careful. Thank you, Greg. Happy hiking. Thanks, bud. Johan says, thanks, Greg, and everyone for a good session as always. You are welcome, Johan. All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's the close of the week. It's Friday, so this week's gone fast. Bob says, thanks, Greg. Thank you, bud. Appreciate that. And I think that's it. I'll just give you one more reminder. If you like today's podcast, and if you could hit the thumbs up button before we get out of here, I would really appreciate that. All right. Thanks again. Good trading, everybody. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and Forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.